Hi friends, I'm glad to see you again. In our previous lecture, we have learned how to orchestrate the melody for solos and string section. Today I want to show you how to orchestrate same melody between solos, woodwinds and string section. Okay, let's listen to original score of the melody, which I played on piano. As I said, it is not allowed to change the melody, all remains unchanged. But we can do something for the bass and the harmony line. So let's start from the bass line. The woodwind section of our orchestra consists of 2 flutes and 1 piccolo, 2 oboes and 1 English horn, 2 in B-flat clarinet, and 1 in B-flat bass clarinet, 2 bassoons and 1 contrabassoon. We know that there are 4 sections in the orchestra: woodwinds, brass, percussion, and string section. Each section has its own bass instruments, which support the others. Bassoon and contrabassoon in woodwinds, bass trombone and tuba in brass, cello and contrabass in string section. In our case, we need the bassoon and contrabassoon for the bass lines orchestration. Before orchestrating, I want to talk about the bassoon. The bassoon is a non-transposing instrument, which means it sounds as rhythm. The range of instrument is from B-flat 1 to F5. Notation is in bass clef, with tenor clef being used for the higher registers. Notation in treble clef is rare. I'm giving the bass line to bassoon. I'm adding the staccato because I need short sound. If you want a long sounding, then you can write the normal notes without staccatos in your own score. It is your taste. The dynamic marking should be piano. As we said, this is a general rule in orchestration. If soloist takes the melody, orchestra which support him should play in less dynamic. In our case, melody is mezzo forte, the woodwind section should play in piano marking. For reinforcing the bass line, I use an active lower doubling with contrabassoon. Before starting to orchestrate, I want to talk about this instrument. The contrabassoon has a range from B-flat 0 to C4. Notation is in bass clef. The sound is an octave lower than rhythm, only rarely in tenor clef. Contrabassoon is also playing staccato in piano. Our bass line is ready. Now is the time of the partitioning of the harmony line. There are three notes in the chord. We can partition it between two B-flat clarinets and bass clarinet. There's a question, why we choose the clarinet family? Although there are oboe and flute families in our orchestra. Let's analyze. There are two reasons for this. First, instrument range. Second, instruments timbre. Let's start talking about the range of instruments. The concert flute in C is a non-transposing instrument notated in treble clef. The range of the instrument is from B3 to D7. The flute sounds as written. Let's look at the piano score. A, B flat and the G notes are not in the flute range. It means that we cannot orchestrate this chord between flutes. What about piccolo? The piccolo is a transposing instrument. Notation is written in treble clef. The range of this instrument is from D5 to C8. The piccolo in C sounds an octave higher than written. Now look at the piano score. The F and the E notes are not in the piccolo range. It means that we cannot orchestrate this chord with piccolo. Let's see what about the oboe family. English horn. The English horn has a range from E3 to B5. This instrument is a transposing instrument and sounds a fifth lower than written. Notation is in treble clef. Now let's look at the piano score. All lower sounds A, B flat and G are possible in English horn. It is okay. Oboe. The oboe's range is from B flat 3 to A6. This instrument is notated in treble clef and is non-transposing instrument. Look at the piano score. All upper sounds of our course are possible in oboe, but B flat is very hard to take. For this reason, I didn't orchestrate this harmony between oboe family. Clarinet family. Bass clarinet in B flat. The bass clarinet in B flat has a range from B flat 1 to B5. Music for the bass clarinet in B flat is written in treble clef and bass clef. The sound is a major nines lower than written. Okay, all lower sounds of the harmony line are possible in bass clarinet. Clarinet in B flat. The clarinet in B flat has a range from D3 to B flat 6 to G6 in orchestral playing. Clarinet is transposing instrument and sounds a major second lower than written. Notation is in treble clef. Look at the score. All notes of the harmony line are possible for the clarinet. This is the Shalumer register of the clarinet and sounds very well. Okay, we discussed about the range possibilities of the instruments in our score. Conclusion. It is possible to orchestrate harmony line between English horn, bass clarinet and two B-flat clarinets and the only top notes with oboe as a combination. But I don't want to do that. So why I choose the clarinet family? Now is the time to discuss about the instrument's timbre. Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakoff wrote in his The Principles of Orchestration book, when woodwind in threes, it is the best way to orchestrate close three-part harmony between the same timbre instruments. Any grouping of three instruments of the same timbre is sure to sound well. This rule belongs to each family of the woodwinds. Conclusion. There are two reasons why I choose clarinet family. First, instruments range. Second, instruments timbre. So, let's do it. I give two top notes of our chord to clarinets and the bottom note to bass clarinet. As we said, the B-flat clarinet sounds a major second lower than rhythm. Therefore, I'm writing E and G. It will sound D and F. I'm adding the staccato because I need short sound. For bass clarinet, I'm writing B, but it will sound a major inch lower than rhythm. I'm adding the staccato because I need short sound. The dynamic marking should be piano. This is a general rule in orchestration. If soloist takes the melody, orchestra which take the harmony should play in less dynamic. In our case, melody is mezzo forte. Then the woodwind section should play in piano marking. I give the melody to solo oboe player. The dynamic marking is mezzo forte. But you can give the melody to saxophone or flute in your own melody. It depends on music's character. The orchestration of the bass line, harmony line, and the melody line are completed. Now I want to add a little annament to orchestration. As we talked about splitting and transforming steps in our previous lesson, now is the time to do it. In splitting step, firstly I'm looking the harmony as an unpitched figure. This is 1/8 res with 2/8 notes. I need the more drive for my orchestration, therefore choose 6/16 figure. In transforming step I am adding a note onto my figure. I will give this figure to violas. Because the violas and the clarinets sounds are blend very well. The viola is a non-transposing instrument notated in alto clef and in treble clef. The range of the instrument is from C3 to A6 with harmonics to E7. There are 4 strings in viola: C, G, D, A. I'm adding staccato. The dynamic marking is piano. Now let's add one more ornament. I want to add the pizzicato sounding. I give this to cellos because I don't need the boom sound. The cello is a non-transposing instrument, notated mainly in bass clef. Because of its hook range, tenor and treble clef are also used. The range of the instrument is from C2 to A5, with harmonics to A7. There are 4 strings in cello: C, G, D, and A strings. The dynamic marking is piano. So our second orchestral texture is completed. The next texture will between woodwinds, brass and strings section. See you soon.